but that's all right. We're back into the draft real quick, and you can see right now a couple picks coming through, actually.
Reserve time.
You've got the Morphling, which is very interesting coming out from Aware Gaming, and then Spirit Breaker to finish it off with Relax, which is like the craziest pickup I've seen in a while, because Spirit Breaker got nerfed so hard, and this is very interesting, because like they're going to use this as a safe lane farmer, I'm pretty sure, and that's ridiculous to think about right now, just the fact that they picked that hero up. Morphling, not so crazy, but I mean, I don't know, man. How do you feel about these drafts, especially with that Spirit Breaker pickup coming out at the end there?
Well, first off, hopefully I'm not a robot right now. But anyways, Spirit Breaker, you know what, though, Mott? 2-0 and 6.8. He's got a 100% win rate in the latest patch. Obviously, no teams even want to touch the thing. But Relax, happy to pick it up for themselves. And I feel like either A, this could be a bit of overconfidence on their part and they're trying out something new, or B, they just kind of want to take Aware out of their comfort zone, because this is a hero who can get shit done all over the map globally as long as he can initiate from afar. So, and you know, it could have definitely addressed the Morphling. It can make him be on the back pedal. Morphling's more of a greedier hero who needs to get up those 2 items online sooner than later. So, you know, they're going to have the Spirit Breaker there to harass him down and not feel comfortable whatsoever. And they return back with the Clockwork, one of the best initiators in the game. So you're looking at a Bat Rider and the Clockwork on the same team. You even have a Song of the Siren to fall back on. This is a team who's going to be looking to set up a fight definitely in their favor.
Yeah, it's scary, honestly. I mean, the fact that they have so much initiation is disgusting at best. So, you know, we'll see how it goes for both sides, but I gotta favor Aware right now, especially going to the late game. If you get 2 items up on the Morphling, if Naga Siren can get the farm and get to a quick Radiance, they'll be in a position where they can just dominate and control the map for days. For Relax, they have a lot of early game initiation and teamfight, but they only have the Shadow Fiend to fall back on really as of right now. I mean, he's going to be your main damage source later on into the game, but as we saw yesterday with Liquid versus E-Hug, a Shadow Fiend, even if he's 6-slotted, can't always win the game for you. So with that being said, all of the technical issues aside, we are into game number 1 between Relax and Aware. Now, it is a best-of-3 series, and I do want to thank you guys for joining us. My apologies if there's any sort of issue still going on right now, but while we've got a second, I guess we could do some introductions. We're still missing Windex right now, and I'm trying to think of what hero he's going to be on. I'm missing it. What is it? Do you know?
IO.
It's the IO. That's right, the IO. Okay. So let's go ahead and do Relax while we're talking about them real quick. On the side of Relax, we've got Shacklo on the Nyx Assassin, Yoki on the Spirit Breaker, Dread's going to be on the Sand King, Tame My Wild or Crazy will be on the Shadow Fiend, and then Windex is going to be on the IO.
Yep, and for Aware, or formerly known as Cleave, I'm just going to go ahead and assume they got some sort of Russian sponsor. On your Dire side, we got Lalik on your Initiatory Clockwork, who will most likely be... Well, actually, you know what? The lane assignments might be intriguing here, so we'll find out. He could be going to the off lane. Actually, he could be going mid. I'm actually curious how this could build up. They have a lot of lane variants right now, so we'll see. Zako is going to be on your Bat Rider. Rajur is on your Ancient Apparition. We have Yamaha playing the Carry Morphling. And finally, Stress, who had us a bit stressed out as he was late to the lobby on your Naga Siren. I went for it, Mom.
You did. We were talking about it before, and I was like, I mentioned the same kind of thing, and he was like, you should do that in the game. I'm like, nope, that's all you, man. I can't do that. I'm going to make one of those dire puns later on, but as of right now, that's all you, so...
Cannot wait.
There is going to be some sort of 4-man aggression coming in from Aware. They're going to try to, I think, just take control of the enemy jungle, maybe put some wards down as well. The way they're going to lane this, I'd be very surprised to see Yamaha as well as Roger stay down here, but I may be wrong, and Stress is actually going for more of a support build, I think, rather than going mid. And that means that maybe the clock goes mid, maybe they send the Morphling mid. I'm not 100% sure here. Up top right now is going to be Zako on that Bat Rider. Looks like there isn't going to be any initiation coming down here in this bottom jungle as of right now. Dread's sitting here. He's got Burrow Strike ready to go. He's looking at everybody else. Roger's sitting around the bend. He's got a ward up real quick. We'll see where he places that first ward. Maybe into the lane, maybe into the jungle. He'll place it right into the lane here. Really nice placement just to get vision of the lane. Isn't going to place it behind the tower. That's too easily counter-warded. But as of right now, Stress and Roger are backing off. This may be an aggro tri-lane with Yamaha, the Stress, Naga Siren support, which would be very interesting, which leaves the Bat Rider top solo and then mid Clockwork, which we don't see too often.
Yeah, we've seen it from time to time on S4, but yeah, once again, a lot of teams feel there are definitely better options as far as asserting lane control in the mid. Clockwork can definitely bring in the last hits, but he needs a certain particular matchup to make himself work. No surprises. He'll probably lose the CS game pretty badly here. I would hope so, at least with the Shadow Fiend to contest against. So we'll see. But as long as he lives and kind of holds strong, and then once he reaches level 6, try maybe considers maneuvering around the map and using that hook shot, then things could definitely change in his favor.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're sending him mid right now. They know that they're going to have an okay matchup against the Shadow Fiend, at least for right now. And then once he gets 6, he could just like make sure he doesn't get destroyed by Shadow Fiend's Necromastery stacks and actually start using that hook shot to his advantage. So Lolik is going to be kind of, I think, one of the catalysts for Aware, as he usually is on, of course, the Clockwork. He's sitting at 2 CS right now, not bad. Down in that bottom lane, it's try versus try, and a weird aggressive try lane coming up from Aware. They have the Morphling to use Waveform. They've got Roger. He's got Chilling Touch, so the damage is real for Aware. It's very real, in fact. So we'll see how this lane goes. Keeping tabs on top right now. You can see the Bat Rider getting some decent CS as well. Solo versus solo. Zako's going to have a great time here against Shacklow. He's already stacking up the sticky napalm strikes, and Zako's just going to go to town on him when he can. In the mid lane, Lolik can see my while just going toe-to-toe. Of course, Flare is going to be really useful for Lolik. We'll see if he goes for that instead of Battery Assault maxing out, or if he goes for just 2 points into both, which we see Universe do from time to time. But, I don't know, man. A good start already for the Dire. They're leading in CS for the most part here, and we'll see who gets things done first, I suppose.
Yep, bottom line, they're looking to go for a pull. Immediately Aware coming out to want to contest this, at least sap up the XP. This is the grounds to what could be an early Tift here. Nice sentry place down to block out the wards. They'll just kind of try to steal them for themselves. The Morphling does end up taking it. But I want to go a step out a bit. We were talking a lot about Wisp and its Sinner. Oh no, hold that thought. Wins, gets caught out with the Ensnare. They're being right. That Chilling Touch damage mod is so good. Easy first blood in their favor. Spirit Breaker to step in, but it will not matter. Wisp unfortunately hands himself over, and Aware pick up the first blood on the back of that Chilling Touch.
Yeah, Chilling Touch is just too good to pass up. When you can get an Ancient Apparition in a draft, you generally go for it nowadays. Even though Cold Feet's not the best lockdown, the fact that he has that on top of Chilling Touch is actually pretty disgusting. So the damage, enough to get the IO first blood, really good stuff there. That helps out Yamaha a lot. He didn't get the kill, but still getting that assist gold is nice. And already they're doing well in this tri lane. They have to keep going, though. They can't sit back. They have to make sure they're not letting the Spirit Breaker farm, and they're getting Yamaha farm, plus getting kills. So as of right now, Roger and the rest of his squad doing real well. In the mid lane right now, you can see Lolik is sitting at 9 last hits. Shadow Fiend's gotten up to 10 right now, so he's got 13 Necromastery stacks, plus his Deny is obviously helping out there. Top lane, Bat Rider's getting the better of the Nexus Sense, but not by much. The Impale on Zako just doing some damage. Down bottom, Io tethering Yoki, trying to get him out of there, and does in fact do so. So we'll continue onward here at about 3 minutes in. Nothing too crazy, obviously, other than the first blood, but I don't know, really, I think at this point, as long as Yamaha just starts getting items pretty soon, they should be in a good position here to carry this through to the mid-stage of the game.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get through it. Laning phase is definitely going to be very crucial, but I think the real fireworks mod are going to begin at level 6. I'm really curious on how this Wisp Spirit Breaker are going to work out. Is it going to be some sort of heavy initiate from across the map, and then Wisp will step in globally with a backup of maybe Morphling or what have you? So we've always talked about the heavy initiate that Aware are going to have. I'm really curious to see how it's going to unfold, if it will be enough to just really put Relax on the back pedal and not be able to come back from it. So we'll see. But for now, relatively even. Rotations to come out. Looks like Aware trying to hunt out for another kill.
Oh, yeah, they just wanted to stop this pull. They wanted to bring the creep wave back. And this is the problem when you're chain pulling against an aggressive trial. And they could just take the creep wave and say, hey, thanks, we're going to take this back to our tower. We're going to get some farm. Thank you for that. You were talking about Relax's ability to be around the map and have a global presence, and I think when you talked about Aware's initiation potential, that's the thing. Relax can initiate on you globally, but if there's a Clockwork and a Bat Rider there, you're probably going to be in some trouble. Like, they're going to at least get one kill out of that kind of initiation or counter-initiation, so you have to be careful if you're Relaxed right now, just to make sure you're not over-aggressive and, you know, putting yourself in a position that's really bad from an IO relocate or a Spirit Breaker charge. So we'll see if that's the case. Dread and, of course, Windex right now are actually counter-warding real quick. They'll use the Catapult to kind of just kill these Mud Golems and get some experience for themselves right now. They're only sitting at level 2 here, so even though they have the pole camp, Aware are actually doing a bit better in the experience and farm regard.
Yeah, and that's something that Relax definitely needs. This Wisp has got a long road to travel before he can get that Sweet Precious relocate. So it's definitely been a bit of a problem with them coming into the jungle and taking a lot of the XP for themselves. They're trying to find what they can. They're waiting out very patiently to get these pulls going, but that's a lot of time lost, not getting any farm, not getting any XP for yourself whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, and the biggest deal for now is just to get to level 6, to get to relocate, and he's not. It's the same with Dread as well for Sand King. These are 2 level dependent heroes, and even 2 farm dependent heroes. Dread more so than obviously the Wisp. But, getting level 6 is crucial, and they're not getting there. Spiritbreaker is getting a lot of experience because they are leaving him alone in lane, and that's great and all, but, how much is he going to do in this game, at least as of right now? Whereas Aware, yes, they're leeching experience from Yamaha, but they're doing it so that he can get farm and pretty much just zone out everybody else in that lane. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, I mean, you've got the Clockwork battle going on mid. He's only at 19 last hits right now, so now it's starting to get to Tame Wild actually just having a really great time here. And this is kind of the saving grace, is the fact that the Shadow Fiend's already up to 27 Necromastery stacks. They haven't room to gank him at all. He's going to be close to his Tread soon. Once he gets those, he'll work on his BKB more likely than not. And after that, it's just kind of free farm and free for all for Shadow Fiend at that point. So, yes, you're not getting farm down bottom, but you're getting farm on the Shadow Fiend, and I guess that's kind of scary to think about.
You do have to think twice, though, about picking up this BKB early. I mean, you're going against a Naga Siren. That could end up blowing up in your face really quickly with a proper song. So he'll definitely have to contemplate the best option, or at least make sure those supports are lingering on the outside, not getting caught out as well, because that can be pretty devastating. I mean, the odds are definitely in favor as far as on paper for Relax, but Aware have a really intriguing draft themselves. But then again, like you were saying before, it could all come down to what the hell this Spirit Breaker is going to do. I don't think anyone really has any sort of insight on what Spirit Breaker is going to end up bringing to this game, considering how few games he's actually played. And 2-0, that's it. So they're looking to keep the undefeated streak alive for this man. Maybe they have some sort of crazy pocket Wisp strat they've been working out. I'm really curious about this mid game.
The Spirit Breaker's a wild card. I mean, this Space Cow, either is going to get a lot done, and we're going to be like, that was the best pick ever, or it's not going to do anything, and we're going to be like, I don't know, is that a really good pick? But still, I mean, it's exciting because it brings this whole new, versatility to their draft. It's also weird that he skilled up the way he did. He's got 3 points and a greater bash, which is really nice. He's also got 2 points in Charge of Darkness, but he doesn't have any points in Empowering Haste, so he's clearly not valuing that move speed right now, and he also has an Orb of Venom too, so he's more so of, he's trying to become the person that locks people down with his bash and slowing people with Orb of Venom, and just doing that little bit of extra damage there as well. He'll have another Strike soon, he's almost level 6, and with that, maybe they start ganking themselves. Obviously, and I think this is the most important thing to note, this game, like most Dota games, really comes down to positioning, I think is the case here. It's going to really be about positioning for both sides. So we have a bit of a pause, sadly. Windex has disconnected. We've already had a couple of technical issues, both on the player side as well as the caster side. That being said, we are going to get a reconnect real quick from Windex, and we'll be back into it in just a second here.
Fantastic. I do want to touch base. I'm actually relatively impressed. The offlane, both titans of the offlane, mind you, Batrider and Nyx Assassin, just do such a great job there. Just pretty much right dab down the middle. Maybe a slight nod towards Nyx Assassin getting a few denies in there and pushing his XP forward a bit, but both are now level 6. These are 2 heavy initiators for both teams. We'll see who's the first to depart from their lane and try to get it going. Nyx Assassin, I think, can capitalize first, considering, he doesn't need a Blink Dagger or anything to get things started. Oh, bottom lane, though.
Windex, there's the waveform. A lot of right-click damage coming through from the Chilling Touch. Yoki charges in right now, working on Roger. He's got the bash going. Dread coming through as well. Burrow striking 3. They end up getting the IO on the backside. Roger getting chased down. Yoki still looking for a bash, looking for a right-click. There's going to be the Sandstorm on the backside. Realizing that he might be in some trouble, he'll get out of there and snare up on the Spirit Breaker. He'll get cold-feeted as well. He might get stunned from this. No, he's going to get away, but he's going to go down to the right-clicks, it looks like. Nice wine charge. He's still alive, but the waveform picks up the kill for Yamaha. They'll have some more TPs in. Windex trying to get a return kill here on Stress. There's the Spirits hitting up on Stress right now. He'll fall to a creep in the end. Still, though, 3-1 the score right now. Aware getting the better end of that trade against Relax. Getting a couple kills there. They have to back off. They lose the Naga, but still a good fight for them.
Absolutely, Aware getting on top of that one. Morphling pulling out another kill. Already 2-0, and this is a hero you do not want to get farm and allow him to get those items early, because he's only going to become more of a nuisance sooner than later. So it's something you don't want to get. Nice little redemption kill from the Wisp to make the rotation there and get it back. But Charge, here we go. He already has it leveled to 2, making a long move on the top lane. Batrider on the run. No more mana to work with. Quick rotation to come, though. Impale flies catches, but they might need to pull back. Ensnare to fly. Riptide. This Nyx Assassin's going to be done for. No more mana to work with. He goes down. Spirit Breaker immediately pulls back. So good rotation from Aware. They are on their game right now. Taking it right back. 4-1.
They all TP'd in that top lane just to make sure they kept that hero alive, as well as get the return kill on the Nyx Assassin. Nice battery assault coming out as soon as Oleg TP'd to make sure they stunned up the Nyx Assassin before he could TP out of there. They already had to use the ensnare, so that was the only way they were going to get that stun off, unless, you know, obviously the Burrow Strike came in from the Sand King, or excuse me, no, the Cold Feet came in from the Ancient Apparition. But that wasn't the case, obviously. They had the battery assault going, and they were able to get the kill because of it, so that was a lot of heroes to go to that top lane, though. Just a lot.
Definitely. Yeah, they rotated everyone over. Now, look at this bottom lane. Wisp has the potential to get this level 6. He's going to get it really quickly here. And I did notice that Spirit Breaker rather was leveling up Charge, so this could definitely be a global initiate charging in. Spirit Breaker followed up with the Wisp, or what have you. But now bottom lane, no presence to be found. They're pinging it out. They need to get someone down there sooner than later, and it is going to be the Naga potentially, but she's kind of just farming out in the mid lane, so a bit of time wasted overall for Aware.
Yeah, absolutely. They have everyone in the top half of the map right now, and that's obviously because they TP'd everyone up in that top tier 1 tower. This is going to give good farm for Yamaha, and they're glad that's happening, but the problem is, like you talked about, level 6 for Yoki is right now, as well as Windex getting very close to 6, so once they have those abilities, we might see some more aggression coming out from Relax. Even though they, you know, maybe were a bit too aggressive with that charge, they still have a lot of opportunities to get some kills in this game. Top lane, though, it might be a gank in the Nyx Assassin. There's 5 heroes here looking, or excuse me, 4 heroes from where looking to go on that Nyx Assassin. Unfortunately, can't really catch him out there. Tamai Wild will pause again as Windex is having more trouble with his internet. And this may happen for all 3 games, I think. Looks like Steam might be down. No Steam logon, says Tamai Wild, so who knows what's happening here, but pauses are not new to Dota, I suppose. Not the worst thing in the world.
I mean, we can be honest. This is a little excessive. It's definitely been an intriguing morning. You know, you could say that this cast, and just, or not for us, I would say, but, you know, with everything happening, it's about as smooth as sandpaper, you know?
I'd say that's pretty accurate, considering what's happened. Like, there were just so many potholes in the road, and we could have avoided all of them, but we just drove right through all of them. Just all of them were driven over. And
you know, we're men of adventure.
Exactly.
Let's just go on a trip here, and whether we get pauses and audio lags and everything on the way, who cares? All right, it's all about the Dota.
Yeah, whether the
eventually
Dota
we'll
doesn't
watch
show up
it.
on OBS, you know, casting at about 10 frames per second. Great stuff, guys. Just the best thing ever. Hopefully, all of this is fixed for game 2. We'll work on our end, obviously. Their end, we can't really dictate how that's going. Obviously, hopefully, the internet for Windex starts, you know, I guess stabilizing. I mean, because he is an important factor in this game. If he like relocates and he's, you know, if he needs to relocate at a critical time and he disconnects from the game, that's maybe one of the worst things that can happen. Obviously, it's not like the initiator, I suppose, but it's still important. So we'll see if his internet is stabilized. He's back in it. We'll have a resume of the game. Looks like everyone's kind of rotated back to sort of their normal lanes, other than Aware having 4 heroes in that top lane, just trying to get something done. Shacklo, he's got no vision in this jungle right now. There's a couple of wards for the Dire team scouting him out as well. He's not going to go any further than that. He has Vendetta, but that would be suicide to do that at that point. So he'll back his way out of there. Dread is going to use his Sandstorm to jungle farm real quick. And with that, he'll be able to get pretty close to Arcanes. Maybe he can pick up his Blink first now that they have that Blink Dagger change. I'm not 100% sure if he'll do that, but one of those items will be his next choice. As Shacklo is going to Vendetta right now, he'll look for potential kill in the mid lane. That's going to be the Ancient Apparition, no, excuse me, the Clockwork that is vulnerable right now. He's going to back up towards tower. Under the tier 1 right now, he should be okay. Heading up to the jungle, Shacklo now. Blink Dagger done for the Bat Rider while this is all happening. Might find Stress. Can't really solo kill him, I don't think. Nor can he solo kill Leak either. So he's got to be careful. There is this Sentry Ward in the mid lane. As you can clearly see, the Radiant Observer Ward up on the high ground as well. And it looks like the Vendetta will just go on cooldown and nothing done with it, so.
I mean, regardless, he did leave the lane. He knew that there were a lot of Aware in the top committing for it, so figured just use the Vendetta and try to make something happen. You know, it would have been nice if he left a little earlier, made a rotation to the jungle to catch out. They should have known that Bat Rider was going to just try to quick farm out the rest of his Blink Dagger, but it's just a little too late. He does have his Blink Dagger now. The game will begin to shift as Aware have that heavy initiate in their favor, while Nyx is still trying to really, you know, make something happen with his own personal Vendetta. Makes the trip all the way back to the top lane where there is a sentry, so he's going to be a bit hindered here.
Yeah, and there are 3 heroes right in mid right now. 2 smoked up for Aware. Aware have that Blink Dagger like you talked about. This is going to be an issue. Tame My Wild lassoed up right now. Battery Souls and Cogs are coming through as well as the Riptide. This is a free kill. Relocate's going to come through, however. Dread and Windex are here. And Pale on the leak. He's taking some damage. Bro, strike to follow. The Spirits are doing work. They're going to grab the kill. Waveform coming in from the Morphling. He's going to grab Dread, maybe. Can he get the last right click? No, he's Stutter Step. And they get the kill anyways. Stress getting with Riptide right now. Bash coming through from Yoki. They want to stop this. Re-engage maybe, or just back off with the Song of the Siren. They'll take 2 kills, they'll lose 1, they'll back away with the Song. Nyx Assassin's still looking for that Bat Rider, but he is going to get away. Not scot-free, but he does get that kill in the end, and they'll back off.
Something we see time and time again with the Bat Rider in the game. Once you get that Blink Dagger, you want to hide out, not show the other team you've obtained it, and then immediately take advantage of it, which he does. Strolls himself right down the mid lane, hops right in, and takes down their prime target, which will be the Shadow Fiend this game. So nicely done on their part. Aware still well in front, 6-2.
And the thing is, they didn't really stop him early, but while that's happening, Yoki and Snare coming through. There's the Ice Blast coming through from Ancient Apparition. Misses everybody. Lolik backing off right now, getting hit up with the Spirits. There are the Cogs. Nether Strike, long range. They're diving. Lolik in trouble. He'll go down. Stress has the Riptide. Yoki, he's getting pinged out. They want to try to take him down, but there's nobody left alive here. TP's coming through finally. Rotations from Aware. Can they get anything done? Yamaha, there's the waveform. Doesn't hit. Is there an Adaptive Strike? No, he hasn't skilled it up just yet. And the illusion, or excuse me, Invis Rune for Windex. They get the tower as well. They deny it, however, for Aware, so at least there's that. Yamaha looking, Firefly's going through, Lasso's up and ready. Blink, Lasso now going. Nyx Assassin in trouble. Yamaha taking a lot of damage from those raises. There's the Spike Carapace. Shacklo still alive. Ice Blast coming through this time around. Is it going to hit? Shacklo gets sniped from the AA.
Oh.
Now, are we going to turn back in here? Are we going to keep fighting? Not sure. Yoki's kind of low. Tame My Wild raising up, just getting some farm, and that'll be the end of the engagement, man.
A bit of fireworks. We were expecting this, though. Once level 6 comes around, both teams want to take advantage of their initiate. They want to take advantage of their nice little corn strat. I kind of dig the Spirit Breaker Wisp. It's kind of funny, the Nether Strike into the free, 100% slow with the tethers. Kind of cute and all, but I haven't seen enough to really be like, oh, this is the new meta. Spirit Breaker Wisp is so good. So we'll see if they can make it work. Definitely we're still coming out on top in front. Man, Shadow Fiend, if you look at the CS, it is 30 above the Morphling right there, so he's definitely still inheriting a lot of farm even after suffering. He is going for that, Arteezy style early Midas get up, advancing himself forward. Core mid laner here, gonna go for some late game. We will see if it will be the BKB, a little more survivability, or if he wants to just kind of go for early damage.
Yeah, and honestly, I think he'll probably go for survivability more so than anything. I mean, I guess it's not going to matter because he has that lasso. Meanwhile, misses a kill in that bottom lane as the league picks up the IO, gets caught out of position.
Yeah, I saw it, by the way. Just Clockwork jumped in with the hook shot, snagged up the Wispo, Ice Blast to follow, and there's really nothing you could do about it. So, quick assassinate job, they got it done.
Yeah, they just jump right on top of that IO. There's nothing that poor ball of energy could do, so he goes down. But, yeah, I mean, you were right. I was expecting some fireworks to happen once level 6 hit up for a lot of these heroes, but, I mean, man, it just shifted dramatically. It's just like, okay, we're going to start killing each other now as much as possible. It's kind of hit a lull as of right now, but once we keep going, I mean, there's going to be, look, Smoke and a Sea Gang being used for Aware right now. They're going to wrap around, maybe go to the jungle, try to find somebody here or down to that bottom lane. See Dread is obviously farming away. He's actually very close to that Blink Dagger. He's going to forego the Arcane Test right now. Oh, he can't afford to die here. Luckily, they're not going to head that direction. They're going to head around mid. They're going to find the Shadow Fiend instead. He's going to walk right into them. We'll see maybe an Ensnare Fly first. Stress gets revealed. There's the Blink. There's the Lasso. Tame My Wild getting hit up. Riptide as well. A lot of damage. Cogs going as well. He gets the Requiem off, but only his Death Requiem. Stress and Lalik are going to back off. Getting kind of low. Yoki's charging through, though. Will they converge on this? Epicenter's going. Stress in trouble. TP coming out from Lalik. He's in trouble as well, but he'll make it out alive. Yoki cancels the charge. And they get one out of that, but they do lose the Shadow Fiend, and that's a one-for-one trade, definitely in favor of Aware here.
Yeah, it seemed like they almost gave up on scouting things out, but the Shadow Fiend, just poor timing for that man, just showed up just in the nick of time for Battle to quickly jump in and snag him down. There's really not much else Wisp can unfortunately do from that point, trying to pull out the heals with the help of the tether, but just can't get anything done. That lasso, the heavy burst, even the nice little setup, you have the Cogs blocking him in, so the Ice Blast is more of a secure land, so it's just very, very nice team synergy coming out now for Aware, and we'll just see if Relax, the heavy favorites in this one, mind you, will be able to pull out extra skill to bring it back in the long run with the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, even if the Shadow Fiend is going to be the late game carry, I'm still not certain he can out carry against this Morphling, who is going for a shotgun. He's getting kind of close as well, about 2,200 or 2,300 gold away from that, maybe 24, 2,500 gold away from that. He already has his Ghost Scepter, so he gets right-click down. He might survive, obviously. Meanwhile, charging mid, Roger in some trouble, getting hit up with the charge right now. The Nether Strike as well, the right-click of the Spirits doing enough. Hook shot in, though. Lalik wants to initiate here. Counter engage coming through. Overcharge going as well, keeping him up and alive. Lalik's getting low. The Flame Break. Song of the Siren, they want to reinitiate. The waveform damage does not hit up because of the song. Cogs are going to go. Yamaha's going to try to fight this. Lazo's up on Tamai Wild. Windex in trouble. Yokoi's got to get out of there. It's going to fly long range. Right clicks. Double Impale. There's the Requiem as well, not doing that much damage. Waveform, Burrow Strike as well, and Distress, he's alive. Riptide, a lot of abilities being used here. On the other side of things, Shackle, Vendetta, to try to get out of there alive. What's happening elsewhere? You can see Batrider chasing down Yoko. He's getting kind of low. He's going to charge away. He'll make it out alive. There's a double damage rune. He's not going to pick that up on the way out, though. Ice Blast! Double kill for the Ancient Apparition with a huge snipe. What a play coming through from the AA. Just respawned as well. Tamai Wild maybe in trouble. Waveform as well. Yamaha working on him. Tamai Wild getting pushed up. The relocate coming through as well. They want to keep fighting. What is this Dota? And now they pick up 2 quick kills. They stay too long. Windex comes in with the reinforcements with the Yuki. They get back in it. They get a couple of kills. I can't even tell what's happening right now, Kyle Guy. But
Relax is coming back in this one, Mott. That's what's happening. It looked like a bit of an iffy initiation. They were about to lose a lot for it with the clockwork rotating in, but somehow they managed to pull it back. I mean, the Requiem didn't do heavy damage, but I guess it was enough to kind of spread them out, and then with the reinitiate in, they've actually taken back a little bit of control of this game if you look over the gold and, and the XP. It's nothing too significant, but it is momentum they could definitely use in their favor.
Yeah, the fact that Tamai Wild was able to get in for pretty much all of that is huge. Sitting on 2,000 gold right now. And
Mad props, by the way, the Ancient Apparition with the Reggie Miller shot from the three-point line. Getting off that was pretty swell.
The Reggie Miller, yes, I like it. Absolutely. I mean, that double kill, like, I caught the tail end of that Ice Blast, and I'm so glad I did, because he destroyed them with that. They were like, all right, we're going to be fine here, but it was from the well, so yeah, I mean, like, that's about as from downtown as you can get, I think, for Roger.
He's also going for a Midas mod. Just he wants to like really try to get in the gold really quickly to try to get up that Agnum Scepter. And I've seen it from time to time, and I guess with the help of that double kill, pushed him forward that much. But most heroes are at their weakest right after they get a Midas. Now you're looking at an Ancient Apparition who's made of literally like glass. Just 739 life. Now he's focused in the jungle. He doesn't want to get caught out too easily. Just looking instead to build forward. He's about to be level 11, so level 2 Ice Blast to come. And then once you get Agnum Scepter, man, Wisp, he's not going to be able to get anything. His pretty much tether almost becomes useless because he's just constantly losing life.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's going to be a huge pickup. But they're going to find a pick off here. Shadow Fiend in trouble. There's the last of Battery Assault going as well. Riptide destroying Windex. Charges going. It's a bit too late. Tamai Wild falls down. Double kill for the Clockwork. Yoki's still here. Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace. They might get Zako. They will. They'll get a 1 for 2 as of right now. Will they get more? Hook shot away from Malik. He doesn't want to be a part of this. Cogs as well, just to make sure they can't follow. Epicenter from Dread. Mistimed. He is stuck here on this cliff. He'll back out now. XDDD. XDD, excuse me, from Zako. Jeez. That's nice. That's all chat. What is this, NEL? Goodness.
At this point, with all of, like, the delays and everyone waiting for each other and stuff, I'm not really surprised. People are probably feeling a little rambunctious, so... Unfortunate Epicenter right there. We'll see if we're like, hey, Epicenter's down for 100 seconds. Let's go ahead and look to push forward then. We know that we don't have to deal with that, so we'll see. And just after praising Relax and getting it back after that fight, they kind of hand over another couple of kills. Shadow Fiend goes down again. So, very rough.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing from Aware. Shutting down the Shadow Fiend is pretty much what you have to do in this game, because he's going to be the main factor for Relax later on. And he is sort of that snowball hero. If you can shut him down from snowballing, you're in a good position. Morphling, he's more of a consistent farming hero. You just get him farming, and even if he gets shut down a bit, you can still get back into it. You don't have to snowball as much. You still do a decent amount of damage with Waveform early on in the game. You can still be a fighting force. He's going to get charged, however, and this might be a gank on the Morphling. Maybe it's some trouble here. No Replicant. He has Waveform, however. TPs are coming through, and they're not going to dive this down. Nice rotations. They know what was happening. I think they had vision of the charging Spirit Breaker, so... Well played coming out from Aware, just to make sure they
That's
keep
the
that more
problem,
safe.
though, with Spirit Breaker. If you have great team coordination, you make the call-outs, you'll see these charges coming in. You just do a quick couple of TPs, and now all that time will be wasted on Relax. So even the Vendetta now popped, and he has to pull it back. So it's part of the burden with picking up a Spirit Breaker is that you're going to be going against a team who is pretty familiar with the hero enough to make the calls and make the rotation. So Aware going to, they're going to just keep bringing more top, and maybe we'll see a bit of a tilt here as they look to try to finally take a tier 1
Yeah.
tower.
And now Tame My Wild does have that BKB. It looks like there's going to be a fight here. 5 men
Wait.
coming in. Waveform coming through. Replicate out. Nice little move there. But now there's only 3 top for Aware. This is problematic. They want to fight. Razors are going through. They'll clear up the creep wave. They're ready to go at a moment's notice. Blink Dagger going to come through. Lasso as well. Burrow Strike. They were ready for this. Song of the Siren used. Nice counter initiation. Counter song even. They're going to back off. They know all 5 are there. Ice Blast hit. I think maybe a bit later. So actually did go. The song not being an issue there. Tame My Wild still kind of low. Shotgun now done for the Morphling. Will he come top is the question. Tame My Wild. He's ready to go though. He has that Requiem. He's got 36 souls right now. Requiem level 2 almost getting to level 3. He's 2 levels away from that. Rotating out is going to be the rest of Aware. They don't want to fight this here. And they'll just, I guess they're going to give up this tier 1 tower. No problem.
Yeah, I mean, good on the Naga Siren, though, to pull out the eject button to save themselves from that heavy mini bait initiation coming out from Relax, but regardless, it allows time for Morphling to step back, pick up a shotgun. They'll try to trade tier 1s and go for the mid tower.
Yeah, and they're going to TP back home and maybe try to defend this coming. They're actually not even taking the top tier 1 tower there. It looks like they're TPing elsewhere. There's 5 men here for Aware. They just did not even go for that tier 1 top. They're going to try to fight on mid, but they don't have their Shadow Fiend here.
Oh, what the heck? Again, Dread blowing the epicenter right by the tower. Meanwhile, they do make a jump in, but the Carapace will slow down the Bat Rider. Battery Salt fly. Nice Force Staff get away from jail, but the Ice Blast does end up going out. Dread on the run. Pretty defeated. There goes the dust. They will see him and catch him out. Jumps in by the Spirit Breaker with the help of the Wisp. Can they take down Yamaha? Nope. Yamaha with the new shotgun. Rips him apart and takes him down. And snare to fly out on Yoki. Yoki not going to be able to get away. This is devastating right now for Relax as 4 end up going down. Only the Shadow Fiend on the bottom to live. They're going to move forward now and take down the tier 1. And that's 2 Eppies. And a very sad Dread. Very sad.
Like, it's just been a rough game for him thus far. The one, I guess, good factor out of that entire engagement for Relax is that Tame My Wild was able to pick up a tier 1 tower and survive and get some more gold for himself, but his team lost 4 heroes. Yamaha gets a lot of those kills. He's at 2,000 gold already after just picking up his shotgun right now. He's waveforming the wave here, gonna push it back and try to take this tier 2 all by his lonesome. He will replicate out, realizing that he is maybe in some trouble as Dread is walking through, but not very good team fights coming up from Relax. Just really great stuff from, I guess, all of Aware to be able to use all of their abilities. Ice Blast coming through, obviously. Hookshot, Cogs, Morphling being a big factor as well. It looks like there is an ultimate orb up on the Morphling right now. He could go for that Lincoln Sphere if he wants to. Pick up the Eye of Scotty as well. He's got a couple of options there. Mantis Owl even might be another one. We'll see which of those 3 items he'll pick up. And he'll make his way out up to that top lane right now, continue to farm. But 23 minutes in, and I don't know, man. I feel like Aware, they don't necessarily have this one in the bag, but they're in a position to really just take it late here. So
it will definitely take a bit of lackluster play on Aware's part for Relax to get back in this one. They definitely have a few tools to pull out in the back pocket if they need it. You got the Wisp Epicenter if you manage to catch someone out on the side lane, but just how Aware have been playing and their team coordination and catching out the Storm Spirit, Storm Spirit making the run in. Nope, here we go, relocate to the top. Here's one of those dirty tricks coming out, Mott. Burrow Strike in, a few more auto attacks. He's trying to shift away the points, but it will not matter. Morph ends up going down, and just like that, Relax, take down the king of farm on Aware.
yeah, and that's a kill they desperately needed. And even with the Strength Morph, it looked like it wasn't going to happen. Meanwhile, Lolik, he's in Viz here. He's got his Blade Mail. He's got a Reaver as well, so he might be going for a heart at some point. And there's Sandstorm coming through, and they want to try to take this tier 1 tower now. They have the Naga Siren here, mid lane action happening. Lasso's going to come up, Isle in trouble, gets blown up. But now top lane tier 1 tower about to fall. Might see some initiation from the Clockwork here. They take the tier 1, they're going to keep going as of right now. They need the rest of their team to fight this for Aware. Morphling out for 16 seconds. Shackle is here on that backside. He's got a Gem of True Set as well, but it's not in his inventory, it's in the stash. Meanwhile, still farming the jungle is Roger, trying to get closer to that Aghanim Scepter as possible, but he's not getting quite there just yet, so they're not going to push into the tier 2 tower as of right now. They'll back off, maybe head to the mid tier 2 or try to push into the mid lane as it's getting pushed out a bit. Still, though, I mean, now Relax are starting to push a little bit. They're trying to get towers here. They're trying to push the pace of the game. They're trying to get things done. And Now that there is that BKB up in the Shadow Fiend, I mean, they have a lot of options. 4,000 gold in the bank as well for him.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Naga Siren's been pretty on par with these sleeps if she manages to time it out properly. That, like we talked about in the past, Shadow Fiend could end up hindering himself with that BKB. So, and Aware seem to be on their game. I don't know, maybe getting the new sponsorship is turning them around a couple of players, but they're playing nicely. Finally, Dread gets the epicenter with the help of the Blink, but Morphling happy to take it up, throws out their shotgun, and poor Dread, Bible thumps out to you, sir, as he falls inevitably after the epicenter's solo gank attempt on the Morphling.
And Stress actually tried to ensnare while the Ghost Scepter, aka Ethereal Blade, was still up on the Sand King. Didn't work. Not that it really mattered, they got the kill anyways, but it was just kind of a little funny thing that you see. He had to wait a bit longer than of course, the ensnare would have worked. But doesn't matter, they get the kill anyways. I mean, Dread is probably the saddest that you can ever really be, I think, playing a Sand King. His Zephyrs haven't really been on point. That one was, it's just, he's trying to kill a Morphling solo, and it's just not going to work, because he's just going to strength gain 99% of the time. So, that's the case there. Zako's getting charged in the bottom lane. He is only here with Roger. He's going to get Spike Carapace right now. Yoki going in hard. He's going to use the Nether Strike right now. He's in a bit of trouble. He's way high up in the air from that Impale. Now he's not dead yet. Yoki going to go a bit faster. I think he pops his drum charge as well. They're going to try to get out of here. They're going to relocate back home. The IO will come back and sacrifice his life. Meanwhile, the Morphling picks up a kill on Tame My Wild with a shotgun. That's a big kill that we missed, but still...
Dude, that's the problem with Spirit Breaker, Mont, man. You just make the charge in, you see it coming, pull out a couple TPs, like he's pulling out the Wisp with the help of the lasso. I love that segue, but they take him apart once again very easily. But what I was talking about, man, Spirit Breaker, you see it coming, you make the quick rotations, and that's it. Your initiate game's over. And now you're forced to try to retreat your way out. As you saw, Wisp able to sacrifice himself for the greater good, but it will not matter. And now Aware looking for the battle of the big man. Taking down the Roshan and acquiring the Aegis, most likely for the Morphling, and there's nothing really Relax can do about it.
Yeah, they're missing two heroes at this point. Shadowfield's not up for another 20 seconds. He does have that BKB, and that's great and everything. He does have 4k gold, but they're not going to be able to contest this Rosh. There's just no heroes to do so. So, free Roshan coming out for Aware Gaming. Yamaha should be the carrier of this Aegis. He's already made room for it. And he'll have that Lincoln Sphere pretty soon as well. He just needs the recipe for it now. Once he has that, he's a bit... I guess he's even harder to kill than he is now, and he's already pretty hard to kill, man, so... This Morphling is going to get up to level 16, have level 3 Replicate, that'll be really nice to have, but the story's going to be, once he gets to that Lincolns, his next damage item is going to be crucial, and he'll have a pretty good time with that. As Relax, they have to get something done with Tame My Wild, he's got to get some Necromastery sacks, he's got to stop dying, and they have to have a good fight, but really, I think a lot of it is just because the Spirit Breaker hasn't accomplished a whole lot. He does have 4 kills, he does have 2 assists, also the Sand King as well has been very, like, we talked about it for a while, but Dread's been underwhelming at best. So he does have a Veil now, which is a really nice item. Still no Arcanes. I guess he doesn't care about those.
Did we talk about yet the Clockwork going for a heart?
I mentioned it briefly.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. This is a man who wants a lot of meat on his bones to take up, copious amounts of punishment. I guess when you're going to be dealing with the Shadow Fiend who could lay out the heavy hand. I was going to say he could consider falling back on a Desperate Rapier sort of strategy. I mean, he has 5k right now. I'm not really sure where he's looking to take it from here, but he needs damage. I mean, this man is not hitting that hard in comparison to some of the side of Aware. Yeah,
he's going to go for the Manta. Tame My Wild is going to pick up the Manta right now, and that's actually...
There it is.
That's not a huge surprise. I would say, I mean, maybe a bit later you go for a Rapier if you're having, like, that much of an issue, but even then, I don't know if you really need it for Shadow Fiend. I think you need survivability more than anything else, but Manta will help him in that regard. He also has the BKB. Lincoln's might have been a good pickup against a couple of heroes for Aware. I mean, you're talking about the Batrider, obviously. So that'll be pretty important to stop that lasso. So, yeah, I mean, if the Batrider can lasso, we'll see. But here we go. Initiation. No, it's on an illusion. BKB already went for Zako. Charge in. Song of the Siren going right now. They're going to try to focus down Yoki as much as possible. He's getting right-clicked. He'll Nether Strike as well. That'll keep him alive for a bit. Waveform going. Epicenter. There's the Veil. Huge Epi. Lalik is dead. Now the Aegis already expelled. Morphling will be up and again. He'll replicate out. A nice fight for Relax. They're not done yet. They're still chasing. Blink Dagger away coming out from the Batrider. Still down here is Stress with no song ready to go, but he'll make his way out the back exit. And Aware will lose one and an Aegis in a questionable fight. An excellent Epicenter coming out from Dread, though. And finally, he gets a good one.
Yeah, definitely his most successful one up to date, but I'm happy for him. He definitely needed to play. Was playing a little bit of tilt there earlier, but they managed to pull through. This is definitely a morale booster right now for Relax as they're confidently pushing forward. They want to take this tier 2 and inherit even more gold for themselves. I'm actually relatively surprised on how that fight ended up working in their favor. It seemed like a questionable initiation from, Spirit Breaker coming in from afar, but Oh man, nice shotgun blast to come out on top of the ice blast. This could be pretty devastating. He does not have Ags, however, though, so it shouldn't be fatal.
Yeah, but he's getting close, though, I think. Yeah, he's actually just one. No, it's on the courier. The AA Aghanims is up and ready to go as soon as it flies out, which it is right now. Zako is looking to catch somebody out of position here down in the bottom jungle. Is not able to do so, so they'll have to back off right now. But, I mean, now it comes to the point where map control is going to be a huge thing. If Aware can control the enemy jungle, if they can control the Roach Pit as well, they'll have a very good time. They're still dealing with a pretty farmed Shadow Fiend here, and I think that last fight indicated that. Plus, of course, just the help of, one Veil Burrow Strike into an Epicenter can really change the course of an engagement, too. So, Lincoln Sphere is down, purchased up. That'll be for the Morphling. So that defensive item is online and ready to go. And we'll see how things go, I suppose.
Yeah, no. This Agnum's Ice Blast will also change a lot. It's extremely devastating, like nearly doubles over the time how it's going to linger in the fight. But yeah, we'll see. Relax. I mean, they definitely have the King of CS and the King of Net Worth on their side, but everything else to follow right behind that is all belonging to Aware. So if Aware managed to pull through and quickly take down this Shadow Fiend before he has the potential to lay out the deeps, then they might be able to get this one.
Yeah, and a lot of that is going to be able to come through with the Bat Rider's Lasso, and I mean, I think it's just the lockdown that we talked about already. Plus, there's a Heart of Tarrasque in the league right now, so he's not necessarily unkillable, but it's going to be a bit difficult because he's got the Blade Mail, he's got, obviously, the Heart of Tarrasque, and bringing him down is going to be no small task, to say the least. So, Stress, making some mirror images. He's got the gem up, 2,000 gold in the bank as well. We'll see what item he wants to go for on that support Naga Siren, which was, I think, questionable at the draft, but now seems to be paying dividends for them. Yamaha has the Replicate up, he'll farm top, and maybe even go for a solo kill on Shacklo, who does have Vendetta. He's also got a spike carapace if necessary, but he actually just uses Impale. Will he go on him is the question. Ice Blast flying through, is it going to hit? Looks like it will. Shacklo in trouble. Oh my goodness, you were talking about it, man. Wow.
That's dirty, Mott. That's dirty.
That should be illegal.
That's like hitting him below the belt.
It really is. Like, he wasn't expecting that either. Like, it's a sucker punch below the belt. Like, that combined up. It's disgusting.
And I think Relax just like their eyes widen like, oh, okay, well, we're going to have to be cautious of that now.
Like, that's a thing.
That's like, now we are 5 versus 4 and they're taking our tower.
Yeah. So that just happened. I guess we're just going to lose this 2-2 tower now. I mean, not if Dread has anything to say about it. He's channeling the Epicenter. He's going to blink it. He's ready to go. Blink. No, he got hit.
Dread, no!
He got hit up with an illusion.
Dread, no!
He got hit up with an illusion. You've got to be kidding me. What a player from Yamaha to use his Replicate image. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Unbelievable.
Oh
no, was it? Maybe it wasn't that. It was an illusion. I know that. I'm pretty sure it was. Am I wrong?
I gandered over as he said he was channeling it, and next thing you know, he's just having a party in the woods. So it could have been denied by a lingering illusion like scouting out for him, which definitely more credit to Aware if that's the case. But just how the game has gone so far, oh man, the blast will not connect this time on Spirit Breaker. Definitely would have taken him down, but man, just how the game's been going, I don't know if it's Dread or if it was him getting caught out, and he, the language they speak, I don't know. But I'm fortunate again.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, Yoki, what are you doing? No, come on. Oh, this game is starting to get out of control. Dread's getting caught out. Battery Assault. Sandstorm going through. They finally catch vision of him. He's going to Burrow Strike away and snares up. He'll force that further. That'll be from Shacklo. Lashes up. Poor Dread can't catch a break. Heel fall. Riptide going through BKB. Tamai Wild wants to fight this, but Song of the Siren's going to go. Shacklo may be in trouble. Cogs are going as well. Double kill coming out from the Shadow Fiend player. Looking towards the leak right now. Buybacks are coming through. They want to turn this around. The leak, he has that heart, but it's not going to be enough, I think. He'll use the Blade Mail right now. He's not going to hit him while he's Blade Mailed. They're going to use the Battery Assault as well. Tamai Wild still going. Long range Burrow Strike to charge up. They jump on him and they kill him. Triple kill coming out for Crazy. Tamai Wild picking up that one. Now he's even closer to that Butterfly. They're in good position though. A couple of mistakes, but they're still in this because of Tamai Wild.
Only because of him. Yeah. Only because of him. Man, yep. He is putting the team on his back, rolling in there after Aware blow everything and just begins to pummel them down. So props to him being able to put the team on the back and pull it forward for him, but I don't know, Aware and their corny little damage strats and isolating people and catching them up, and Dread with his Eppies. I mean, we still don't know how this game's going to go.
Yeah, we were so sure that as long as Aware didn't make a mistake, but with that being said, Yamaha's getting hit up, he'll strength gain. Yamaha should live, but here comes Yoki with another strike coming through. He's got a replicate. He can use it if necessary and will to try to get away. Relocate, though, in front of him. Yamaha maybe in trouble. He's trying to bottle up right now. There's the slow. The right click from Tamar Wild is too much. Just too much. Make a kill streak for him right now. They'll work on the tier 2 tower as well. And goodness gracious, man. This is now... He's down for 62 seconds. They're going to have a free tier 2 tower, and maybe more than that.
They can do it. Tamar Wild, man. Really playing the core and playing it hard. The only core for his team, mind you. So, but I guess it's a one core versus single core kind of a lineup. And Morphling, though, he's getting these few little side kills. As far as late game's going, now with the Butterfly acquired and already the Manta, this Shadow Fiend is building a nice, like, gear get up here to go against the Morphling down the road. So I'm starting to lean back towards Relax for this one, given they don't have any sort of execution failures. You know, they can take this one. They're just going to go tower by tower now. They have another tier 2 to take in the top lane as well as the mid.
Yeah, they're starting to get back into this one. There's still a 2,000 gold lead for Aware right now, but that's going up. As you can see, it's heading towards that 0 line, and of course in favor of Relax afterwards. So now the question remains, can they stop Tamar Wild somehow? I mean, his BKB charge is going to start getting low soon, but it's kind of been like a snowball here for Relax. They've just been getting fight after fight. And if one more bad fight goes to Aware, and speaking of that, they're going to, of course, last one Tamar Wild. He's in trouble. That's the kill they needed. Now Hookshot going through further on Shacklo. He'll force Staff out. Battery Soul going. He's going to use the Blade Mail as well. Shacklo in trouble. No spike. He does have the spike, but he's going to fall anyways. Gems on the deck. Stress looking for Windex. There was the relocate already used. Double kill coming up from Malik. Windex in trouble. Song of the Siren going to fall as well. They're going to pick up Windex next. Mech's going to fly. Not doing much there. 4 down. And as we're talking about maybe Aware having a bad fight, they have one of the best fights in the game. And now they'll look towards Roshan as they pick it up, and that'll be free for them.
Man, poor Tamar Wild, he ate the Ice Blast, and I guess he just felt confident enough to kind of stay in the lane. I think once he got hit by the blast, he should have been like, you know what, it's time to go, and left, because they managed to catch him out shortly after the lasso showed up, pulled him back, and he instantly blew up, and Dread was not close enough around to, you know, offer his epicenter to the fight. He's kind of trying to bulldog forward into getting the level 16, but they should have not taken that fight. A bit of a mini throw, I would say, coming out from Relax there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that to a certain extent. I mean, that they just didn't need to be there. They didn't need to go for that fight. They should have just backed off and kept farming. And they didn't have Dread, I think, for that entire initiation. I might be wrong about that, but he was, I think, in the mid lane while it was all happening. So
yeah, he wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, like, was that really the best choice for them? He is almost level 16, which means level 3 epi. But at this point, this is dangerous, because now there's an Aegis up on Yamaha again. He's getting very close to, I think, probably a Scotty, unless he wants to go for a Manta style. He has the ultimate orb, so we'll see what his next item is. They're going to blink forward. Dread is actually pushing very far. Yamaha didn't see Dread just walk into the trees over here. Luckily enough for Mr. Dread. He's had a bit of a rough game already, but...
I just worry that this is the only window of opportunity for Shadow Fiend right now. I mean, personally, I think Morphling 6-slotted will be able to outbeat the Shadow Fiend, and that this is as good as it's going to get for him. So hopefully they're able to take advantage of this window while they can. But handing stuff over like that to a team that has so much strong initiation is, you just cannot have that. You're going to have to do the buddy-buddy system. Stay close with your allies. Don't commit to fights unless you have everyone available at your disposal. Even if that means you have a Wisp lingering on, you know, not a part of the fight with someone else, that can work too, I would suppose. But no more bad commitments.
Yeah, I think that's the key for both teams, actually, is just make sure you're fighting and you know when you're fighting. And I guess that's not really the CIS way, to be kind of cautious, but both of these teams have the capability of doing that. And talking about Yamaha versus Tamar Wild, Tamar Wild, I don't know. You have to factor in presence of the Dark Lord and the fact that his Requiem reduces the attack speed. Attack damage, excuse me, of everything. So, I mean, those are two intangibles that you have to think about, but also you have to think about Replicate for Yamaha. I mean, there's a whole lot. But now, Hookshot in, Tamar Wild in trouble. He can't afford to go down. They bring down Lolik, or at least they get him up in the air. BKBs are going to go. They're going to try to focus on Tamar Wild. He gets the Requiem off. Tamar Wild not taking much damage. A lot of missed chances coming through. He has that butterfly. He's still alive. He will fall to the shotgun, though. Yamaha looking for more, looking for Shacklo. Now they're on the chase of Yoki here, as well as the rest of Relax. Blink forward. Zako trying to get something done. Nice spike Carapace. Shacklo's still alive. Epicenter coming in. Only hitting on one, hitting on two. Yamaha strength getting. Dread Navy in trouble. There's the flame break. There's going to be the Firefly coming through as well. the player, excuse me. They get 4, triple kill coming out for the Morphling. They take the fight again. That's a huge pickup for them, and it looked like Shadow Fiend might survive with that butterfly, but the shotgun comes in right after.
Oh, man, just they didn't have Dread there again. He had to make the long trip from mid to get up there. It was a little late. He did manage to pick off the Naga, but that's pretty much all you get in the end of that. That's not good. I know that Aware are battling into these fights 4 versus 5, but that's only because Ancient Apparition's lingering elsewhere, and he can contribute a lot from afar with the Ice Blast. So that's good. That's fine for him, but Sand King can't do that. And now the charge in, and see you later there. See you later, Spirit Breaker. This is probably going to be his first loss in 6.8.
Yeah, it looks like it will, and a very unfortunate loss indeed. Just, they could have won this on the back of the Shadow Fiend, even on the back of the Spirit Breaker. Just a little bit of miscommunication from the team, it seems like. Yamaha finally picks up the BKB. I was wondering when that would happen, considering they have so much magical damage that can, of course, be avoided with that BKB, including, obviously, the Epicenter, Reckoning Souls. It's really nice to have as well, so... No. They'll take the racks, though. Game's not over yet. But it's really looking good for Aware right now. I mean, they'll back off. Scythe of Ice now done for the Ancient Apparition here. He'll back his way out of there. Tame My Wild working on getting more farm, getting something. He's got an ultimate orb now, so maybe Lincoln Sphere just to avoid the lasso. Also could be a Scotty, I'm not 100% sure. There's a couple of options, obviously. But I'm more inclined to believe it's a Lincoln's because of the fact that there is that bat right in the game.
No, he needs to be able to live these fights. Clearly, if he's picking off too quickly, that's it for Relax. There's no more true DPS coming out. But meanwhile, in the base, lingering, poor Dreg gets Yules himself, goes into the... will not be able to defend the poor Rex. And Yamaha takes what he needs, a couple of creeps, and steps out.
Yeah, he's like, that's it, I'm done here. I've got what I came for, and Dred's just like, please don't take my building, stop. No, I'm sandstorming, you can't stop it. And he just loses the Rex anyway, so... they kill a Replicant in the mid lane, which is nice. And Tame My Wild is trying to push the mid lane out, obviously, as well. But now with a set of racks gone, I mean, they lose another set of racks, and it's probably GG at that point. But they still have some time to work here. Tame My Wild trying to get something done. Get another item real quick, trying to farm these Ancients as well. Windex is going to help him out with that. He's still the highest in net worth, but the gap is closed as Yamaha is sitting at 20,000 right now. In terms of levels, you could see, I mean, the Io's at level 13. Ioki, who should be a core for Relax right now, is only at 15. He's actually lower than most of the supports in the game, so... And the Might is actually paying off the Ancient Apparition as well. Sitting on level 19, his Scythe now. He's also getting, of course, an Aghanim, which we talked about. But this is, I think, Aware's game to lose.
Yeah, Aware their supports, though, just have a lot of extra farm. Even the Shiva's coming up on Batrider. I mean, this is pretty devastating to Shadow Fiend as well. If he gets in there and holds him down, busts out the Shivas, it forces him to pull a BKB. Which he's had to use every fight, down to 7 seconds now on this BKB, and as time goes on, the more he uses it, it's only going to get even worse, and he might even have to force some income into getting a whole new one, putting him even further from building in the extra damage, so we'll see. This could, if this goes really bad for Relax, this could be the end of the game right here, and this, if they even try to defend. They shouldn't defend this, though. They got to pull back.
Yeah, they're going to get initiated on anyways. They're going to charge up. They saw Zakram coming. Bit of a bait, but hookshot coming through the lake right now. Shiva's Guard already popped. Meanwhile, Song goes. Everything used a little too early or in conjunction with that Song, so it didn't work quite as well as they anticipated. Shackle's next up. He gets shotgun. He's dead. Waveform coming through. Nick's assassin buys back. Yoki getting locked down with the ensnare. Veil goes. There's the Epi. Is this going to be it? Replicate out. Coming from the Morphling to stay alive. Lolik has the BKB. He's fine. Everybody's pretty much at full health. We'll see a TP out from the Ancient Apparition. He's getting out alive. Buyback already came in from one hero. Dread trying to chase through. There's the relocate. Lolik in trouble. He still has that heart to keep him alive. He's very tanky. He's also got that Talisman of Evasion. Not gonna matter. He gets blown up. And a 2-for-1 trade coming out. There was a buyback coming through from Relax, but Aware overextending, diving a bit too much perhaps. Still a good fight coming out from both sides.
They saw Relax was lingering a little too close to that tier 2 tower. They tried to make something happen with the lasso, but they did get caught out. But even though it looked pretty like a solid defense for Relax, they still lost as far as the team fight goes. They lost 2-1. Mid lane, there is a Morphling lingering. They do see him here with the Vendetta. There we go, Vendetta strike, but oh no. Oh, turn back, he gets locked down. Burrow strike to fly, here comes the Shadow Fiend with the right clicks, the help of Wisp. Nice. It's a 4-man, but nope. See you later, replicate with the help even of the Song nearby just to be safe, and nice little security blanket there, but that's it, man. And Morphling is gone.
Like, they committed pretty much everything to that. They committed the Vendetta, the Burrow Strike. They didn't use the Epicenter, obviously. I don't think it was available, but they tried to go for a lot of that, and it just didn't work out, sadly. So it's going to be really hard to kill this Morphling, especially now that he has his BKB, which he used in the last engagement, hadn't popped it there again. He didn't need to. He's got a gem up. Now he also has the Scotty. So he's very tanky. He only has 1 point in strength. The rest are going to be in agility. Obviously, it'll help out with that shotgun. He still has 2,000 health because why not? So now it becomes an issue here. And I think now at this point, there's no way Shadow Fiend can really go toe-to-toe with him in that kind of fight, even with the items that the Shadow Fiend has. He'll purchase something at the side shop. It's going to be a Scotty. It's Tame My Wild. So he's going for the same route there. He just needs, I believe, the Orb of Venom. It's not on the courier. So yeah, just needs the Orb of Venom. He'll pick that up. That's about 375 gold, I believe. And he'll have that. So he'll Midas real quick and then get that done.
And that Ice Blast. Dread eats it in the mid lane with a rocket to follow. Just little dirty tactics coming from Ware. And look at, he's already just a hair below half-life. And you put that in conjunction with a full team fight coming out, and there's a lot of supports who are going to be very, very squishy. And as you see, Shadow Fiend picks up a Scotty for himself. Got to get them stats, got to get that slow. And a push happening here on the mid for the side of Relax, but in conjunction, Aware pulling off the tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Yeah, now Yamaha's going to work on this tier 3 tower. They're going to try to trade a tier 2 or for a tier 3 at least right now. They kill the replica coming out.
Yep, nice work on the replica.
So, like, they needed to kill that. I mean, just so he couldn't replicate back, but they worked hard on him, and like they never striked him, so they used some ultimates there. TP's coming back home. Ice Blast going to come through. Tame My Wild and Windex going to get hit up with that right now. They'd be in some trouble here. They're trying to get to this tier 2 tower. They will pick it up, but the tier 3 back at home is going to fall. Bit of a not the best trade coming through. Riptide, Blink, Blaster, Yoki in trouble. BKBs are up. Spike Carapace already went. Yoki getting brought back. Shiva's guard as well. Finally pops the BKB. Can't charge it. Snared right now. He's done. Yamaha picks up another kill. That'll be on Dread. Back at home, they're going to try to have to maybe defend this, so they're going to relocate back through. Here's going to be Tame My Wild going on the leak. Burrow Strike might come in just a second. Blade Mail doing work. Tame My Wild in trouble. Or giving trouble to the league. Burrow Strike coming through, hitting on 2. Sandstorm's going to fly. Double kill for Yamaha in the meantime. Requiem's going to fly, doing some damage. Yamaha trying to work on Tame My Wild. Sawing the Siren going. They're trying to bring down the Shadow Fiend. There's the Adaptive Strike. They have Shotgun coming through in a couple of seconds. Tame My Wild falls. They get the kill. Double kill coming out from him before he dies, but he does fall. It's a team wipe. Relax is done. Ultra kill coming out from the Morphling player. This is going to be a set of racks and probably the game at this point.
Shadow Fiend could buy back, but they're not even going to bother. Call out the GG, which is worthy, so Aware, man. Nice little strategy, nice little draft going in their favor. And they managed to pull this one out with great team execution and managing to catch out. And I don't know, Mott, what do you think? Was it a bit of the lackluster play for Relax, you know, the Dread flubs here and there, that kind of cost them the game, or was it more Aware being on their A game, or maybe a draft thing?
I'd say, honestly, more so than anything, I think it was the drafting Yoki getting a Spirit Breaker. I like the idea, just it didn't work. When it came to team fighting, Aware was just better in all aspects. So the game doesn't always necessarily come down to team fighting, but if you're going to try to have this ganking kind of global lineup, you needed to do something with it, and Relax really didn't do much with it. So in the end, it gives Aware the victory. And also, they just played better because, obviously, you talked about Dread missing a couple of his epicenters. I think that's a big deal as well. But that'll be it for game number 1. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to try to fix the stream, get things going again in the right way. And we will be right back. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys follow us. Make sure you follow Beyond the Summit, twitter.com/Beyond the Summit. You can follow us here on the Twitch channel. And follow me on twitter.com/Mott32 and ColdGuy at twitter.com/ColdGuy. So we'll be right back, guys. Stick around.